Here we are at Highclere Castle. We've got the grounds, and here's two groups headed for the castle. Records for this estate date to 749, when it was granted to the bishops of Winchester. Today it's a Grade 1 listed country house built in 1679 and renovated in the 1840s. It's located about 60 miles west of London. It's the country seat of the Earls of Carnarvon, and the 8th Earl and his wife live there today. During World War I, it served as a hospital for wounded soldiers, and during World War II, it housed evacuated children. The 5th Earl was fascinated with Egypt and funded his friend archaeologist Howard Carter's explorations from 1906 onward. They were about to give up when, in 1922, Howard Carter discovered the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun. The 6-room exhibit in the cellar of Highclere Castle has some original pieces from that excavation and some reproductions, including an exact high-quality replica of Tutankhamun's golden death mask and his sarcophagus. This was originally the stable block and coach house courtyard. The foundation structure of this courtyard dates to the 13th or 14th century. Today it houses a tea room and the gift shop. Now we're outside. Originally in the 1600s there was a church here. Here's a way to use up twigs from pruning, weave them in and out, and make a fence. Leaving Highclere Castle, extensive grounds.
A couple of centuries ago, it was a person called Capability Brown. When we go to Blenheim tomorrow as well, Blenheim is also, the grounds there are also by Capability Brown. Created a lot of lawn to mow.
1,000 acres here that are manicured, but the whole estate is 5,000 acres. Inn, a local pub. It's on an estate of 5,000 acres, like Highclere, and the present owner went to school with Prince William and Harry had his bachelor party here. A nice fish pond here, obviously not for swimming. And fields of rape seed all over Europe, just starting here in the spring, and they use that to make oil. In Canada it's canola oil, but over here it's rape seed oil. This is the village of Bampton. There's a thatched roof, and there's a village next to Downton Abbey in the series, but it's miles away.
So we have a nice space here, is that, shall we? So we have a nice space here, is that, shall we? That's okay with you? Here he is.
It's a memorial. A village hall and a town hall. So this grew up in the 17th century.
Quite a small but active metropolis.
Buildings are all Cotswold stone. A lot of these are second homes. £50,000. Nice little gardens right up along the side here. real Cotswold look. The little area was the village green in the Downton Abbey shows.
A church has been on this site, I should say, from around about 900. And it has grown over the course of about 5 centuries, from 900 through to about 1400s, thereabouts. Started off as very small, obviously, and has been added to since then. Bits have been added, bits have been taken away, bits have fallen off. So it's a sort of almost a continually evolving.
Some old tombstones, more recent. This is still in use today.
Times Edith, one and a bit, once properly. Carson and Mrs. Hughes, all those all came through this archway here, which was, if you remember, bedecked with flowers from the 9th century. The original church would have probably only been about from where that archway is to the end, and it's gradually inside the church. So that's part of the earliest part of the church here as well. You may have noticed that if you have so, there are 4 statues. They are again from the early last millennium, one of which fell off a couple of years ago. It's John the Baptist, and that's the original statue. He's been replaced in the meantime, but that's from one of the early churches. One last thing to mention here,
Jesus is on the move.
Henry VIII took over all the Catholic churches. This became today's Anglican Church. Over here is a little chapel where the Catholics were allowed at some point to have services. And they do have a nice, fairly small pipe organ. There's the choir, Q-U-I-R-E, and there's the high altar way back here. Look at the gorgeous ceiling up here. Here was a Crawley house in Downton Abbey.
Crawley helped out and that sort of thing. So it's originally the village grammar school. And then it became the library, which it still is, obviously, as well. So there's the little village library in there as well. But now that's also where the little souvenir shop is.
It's a post office. Throughout Europe, we found that many towns and villages have memorials to service members lost in World War I and World War II.